Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Storytime for my bedroom. The story I couldn't tell until now, part 3. Before we get started, go ahead and click the bell for notifications. Subscribe to the channel, you guys. Give the videos a thumbs up and also engage with me down in the comment. As I mentioned before, you guys, this is sensitive stuff, but it could happen to anybody. It doesn't have to be a racial thing. It could be a gender thing. It could be a religion thing. It could be any form of discrimination, retaliation, bullying, bias, favoritism, all of those things you could absolutely experience. Okay, so now where do we leave off? Oh, I wanted to say now we have reported to the department, HR department, what was going on. So now they're doing their form of an investigation. They did take care of a few things, which was the extra breaks. So they told people you're only supposed to take 2 regulated breaks and 1 half-an-hour lunch. But they're telling, they announced it as a whole. But the supervisor, the one that comes and stand ups close to everybody, goes and tells them who told and what the whole backstory is, because he's under investigation too. So now by this time, we got everybody looking at us. And when I say, you guys, if you don't believe in atmosphere changing, you need to get a little bit more in touch. I'm just telling you. You could feel the atmosphere has shifted. The air was thicker. You could feel the hostility in the air. It now has become a hostile environment because now you have a supervisor, and I'm taking note of everything, honey. Dictation is my name, honey. Pen Patty is my name. Scribe Sherry is what I go by. So now you've created a hostile environment for us because now you have told the other employees something confidential that HR is investigating, and you have let it be known to them. So now they know that we're the one that reported it. They know the ins and outs. They know what's happening in the office when you go in there confidential wise. How do I know? Because they start moving differently. So now when they go to break, they no longer walk past us, which is the easy way to go, this way out the back door. They're going all the way around as not to be seen. They're not leaving in pairs. They're leaving one by one. And we're looking at them like, we see you, bro. So what if you went the other way around the hallway? You're still taking an unregulated break or what have you. So now we're into the hostile environment part of this whole situation. And now we're into retaliation. So it's so many different components, you guys, because let me start with how I felt emotionally. Okay, let me just read this to you. This is my book that I have things written in. Okay, you see how many pages is in this sucker here? This is this book. Okay, so this was March the 8th of 23. This is how I'm feeling. I said, I'm feeling a little stressed out today. I snapped at work on everyone. Anybody could get it at that point. At the end of the day, yes, we were praying. Yes, I had prayer warriors praying. But that particular day, baby, wasn't nothing you could have said that you weren't going to get this fire on you. Okay, because I'm mad about life. And that's how I felt. When you are being singled out, you guys, for something that you cannot control, I cannot control the color of my skin. You become infuriated for a number of different reasons. You become infuriated because you're like, are we still here? And I know some people, other races are like, oh, just get over it. We want to. We want to get over it. You think I want to have this conversation with you? You think I got this job to go in and start reporting people? Are you serious right now? I'm a fun-loving person. I come to work, I do my job, I'll talk to different people. Now, I don't associate with people too much outside of the job, but I give no issue. So I was mad. And I said, seriously. Plus, I feel hopeless in life. It make you feel some type of way because it's like, we done sat here and reported this and bust something open that's been in place. We exposed some stuff in this place that's been here for years, and we're just a couple of people and they mad about it. I have no enthusiasm or real joy. I'm mentally depleted. I'm emotionally, physically, and psychologically tired. I need a breakthrough, but it probably will never come. Baby, you talking about a level of hopelessness. I felt hopeless because it progressed. I don't know where I thought it was going to go, but I thought it would stop. I didn't think, it could stop and you just be mad and you don't speak to me as a supervisor or whatever. I don't care. I didn't care that nobody, the people that was working there didn't talk to me. I don't care. Like, honestly, I don't care. I got my family there that I'm talking to. And if I don't have nobody to talk to, baby, I got earplugs. So I don't have to talk. I don't care about that. But don't come for me. Don't come for my character. Don't come for my family. Because at the end of the day, yeah, my sons were working there and my daughter. And they're grown, but those are still my children. And to watch them be mistreated by a corporation. And there's only so much you can say, because if I say too much, you're going to fire me. If I go off on you, you're going to fire me. If I hit you, you're going to fire me. And let me tell you something. When one is fighting, we all fighting. And they push me to that place. Because in order for me to fight somebody and go off on you, you got to really be poking a bear. So here I am, an employee, but I'm a mama. And I'm watching you mistreat my daughter and my sons and my grandchildren's mom wrongfully. So now they're starting to pick on everything. Now, mind you, January of 2023, we got a new revised handbook. And the rule was the meeting. Matter of fact, the meeting was January the 6th, because I write everything down. We had a meeting. And the meeting was, going forward, everybody's start time is 7 o'clock, which it was prior to. I mean, it was always 7 o'clock, but prior to, they had a clause where you can, if you clocked in like at 7:06, it would take you back to 7 o'clock and you was not considered late. But it was really kind of frowned upon. But everybody, hear me, and this is what they said in the meeting. Why? How do I know? Right. Everybody has a clean slate at this point. You need to be here clocked in by 7, not 7:01, not 7:02. Now, mind you, my oldest son, he got time issues. Prior to, he would come at 7:03, 7:04, 7:05, 7:06. But by their standard, you really weren't late because it would go back, but they did verbally say something to him. Now, we finally got one of their write-up sheets. The write-up sheet was, it was 5 steps to it. You verbally tell them. Then it is a verbal, it's a written verbal, and then you actually get a write-up. Then the 3rd time, you get suspended. The 4th time, you're on a final. The 5th time, you're gone. That's the protocol. That's your sheet that you wrote. Copies of it, of course. All right. So what they did was they said something to him the year before in 2022, verbally, just verbally. So here we come in 2023. My grandbaby's mom and him, timing issues, always have timing issues. They started getting on him about their timing issues. But we got a clean slate. So coming into 2023, he had no timing issues. You know why? Because he was riding with me. He had issues with, well, no, he didn't have issues with his car. His car is a big old car and it takes a lot of gas. And so we decided to start commuting together, which would be easier. You pay me some gas money. You saving buku on gas. We're good. I'm not a late person. So you're going to be there on time. So he's on time. So one time I think he came late because he drove himself. He had to do something. So they pull him in the office, and now they're bringing up his timesheet from prior to the new handbook and the new revision. And they put him on a written. He was on a written then. Okay. Now, mind you, after the written, you had the suspension. So he's on a written. Okay. So now she's on a written too because she was just late, y'all. She really was. But this particular time, she was on a written and she was almost on she was on a final. She got to a written. They didn't suspend her. They skipped that step. And then they put her on a final. So the final, she ended up getting food poisoning. So she had a doctor's note. They take doctor notes. You know why? Because I watched them take doctor notes from white counterparts that was on finals. Ooh, yes, they did. I watched them alter a white person's whole entire schedule from April to May. Don't know the dates exactly, but I got it written down. From April to May, this person was allowed to come in at 7:30 and they left at 5:45 because they had childcare issues. And you alter her entire schedule. And the schedule is from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. because it's in your handbook. We work 12-hour shifts. How is she able to get her schedule altered due to her situation that she has going on? But my daughter, and well, I'll call her my daughter-in-law, y'all. My grandkid, my daughter-in-law, she gives you a doctor note and you refuse it. But you, by her saying that she has daycare issues, you alter her whole schedule and she's on a final. If you leave early on a final, if you clock out, if you don't come on a final, you are fired. But you kept your job and you fired her because you didn't want to take her doctor's note. Okay. I think that's a little bit of retaliation, okay? So now here we are with my daughter. So my daughter, they tell her about her, I think she called off or something. No, this is what happened to her. At the beginning of 2023, she got COVID. She got COVID in January of 2023, and I got COVID January 11th of 2023. She ended up getting COVID. She texted her supervisor, told him that she had COVID, and she absolutely said, I do not want to use my vacation time because we got 80 hours of vacation, but we work 12-hour shifts. It takes nothing to blow through 80 hours on 12-hour shifts, you guys. So she told her, she said, I don't want to use my vacation time. I'm just going to go ahead and just not be paid for it. I'm going to end up, no, this is what she said. I'm going to use the, what do you call that? It's through Sun Life. Ooh. It's disability. It's short-term disability. COVID falls under short-term disability. You know how I know? Because when I got COVID, I told my supervisor I didn't want to use my short-term disability. I didn't want to use my time. You know why? Because I ended up doing short-term disability. And I got a check, unexpected. Well, it was expected, but yet unexpected because I didn't think I was going to get it. But I got a friend. Remember Ruby, y'all? I got an unexpected check March 5th from Sun Life in the mail. Yay, I used that money. Well, I used that money toward my trip, y'all. But remember me and Ruby. If you ever watch me go to Punta Cana, there's a lady named Ruby that I went to Punta Cana with. That's my traveling buddy. Ruby has been in HR for 30 plus years. I knew Ruby worked at HR, but I didn't know she did benefits in HR. And she told me, Rube, tell her, she called me Rube, hers is Ruby. She said, Rube, tell her to file for short-term disability. She will get it. She said she will get it because COVID is up underneath there. Now, with regular short-term disability, she told me that you have to be off of work for 8 days only because the 7th day they take it away or some old thing they do with short-term disability. She said, but with COVID, it doesn't matter how many days you at. They're going to pay you at, I think ours was 60% rate or whatever you were supposed to be making. She said, and you will automatically qualify because COVID falls up underneath short-term disability. So I told my daughter that information, and she told her supervisor, do not use my time for that. And she used her time for it. So when she tried to file the short-term disability, you can't double dip. So she lost just about all her 80 hours she lost, so she don't have no more vacation time for the whole entire year, and we're in January, and she got a 3-year-old daughter. You think somebody with a 3-year-old kid ain't gonna have to call off at some point in a year with a 3-year-old? So, when she called off, they were on her. When she called off afterwards, they were on her because you don't have no time. But she can't go back and tell the company, take your money back so I can do the short term and give me my money, give me my time back. She couldn't do it. So they gave her one verbal. And when she ended up missing again, she ended up coming late. She ended up coming late to work. They put her on the final. You just skipped over like 2-3 steps and put her straight on the final. So she was like, I just got to be honest. She said, but I'm about to look for something else because anything can happen. You know, you can go out there and the highway is backed up because you got, you know, it's traffic. You can't control that, and then you're late. She was like, I'm not about to live my life up underneath scrutiny like this. All it takes is one time, and they gunning for me. So I told her, I said, that's wrong. I said, foul. There's laws in place that you cannot treat people indifferently based upon this, and this. And if HR don't want to listen to it, there's somebody above you. There's somebody above your company. Yeah, it is. Whole federal law system is above your company. And so sure enough, she was coming to work. She dropped the baby off at work. Now my younger son drove with her because they work alternating. He worked alternating shifts from us. And so she drove and got stuck in traffic and came 3 minutes late. And baby, they fired her. But you never went through the proper procedure. She never signed any write-up whatsoever. So now we're into retaliation. So now they're gone. Now my youngest son, he just left with her. He left with her because he was like, I ain't had no ride home. I'm like, bruh, he ain't had no ride home. So he was like, how am I get to work? So he left with her. Now we got 3 people gone. And it's just me and my son who's on the same rotation. Honey, so here comes the retaliation. So we decided that this is getting to be too much sitting in the break room. I'm tired of people coming there gawking at me like we're freaking animals at the zoo. So I told my son, I said, man, let's go to the car and eat. I'm sick of it. So we started eating in the car. But we go to the car parked out in the parking lot. Now, mind you, you got to clock out if you leave the facility. Drive off the property. Not because you decide to eat outside. They had like a little picnic bench or they got these little ducks in the front. If you want to sit out there, you ain't got to tell nobody nothing. So he must have Watusi his tail on in that break room and didn't see us. So now he decided March 26th to pull us into a meeting. Y'all can't leave the property because of and we need to know where everybody is at all times just in case there's a fire emergency. I said, we don't have to tell you if we're going outside. I said, we don't have to tell you nothing. Yes, you do. You can't leave the building if you don't tell somebody. I said, well, all your other people leave the building all the time. I said, matter of fact, they leave the building. And so he had the team lead there. Now, she was one of the ones, too. I said, I ain't trying to be funny, sis. I said, but, well, I ain't call her sis, but I'm trying not to say her name. I ain't trying to be funny, but she leave every day, a half an hour before lunch. She go right out that door, go pick up their food, and then they come and have lunch. I said, so she sits for about 45 minutes. She done went and got food for a half an hour. I said, so really, that's an hour and 15 minutes, and you ain't never noticed she ain't in the building, and she done drove up off the property. They do it every day. I said, so you got your eyes on the wrong person. I said, and we went and sat in my car, and I don't need to tell you if I'm going to sit in my car to eat. I'm tired of you coming in there looking at us. So we decided to eat somewhere else. I said, and per the handbook, we clock out if we leave the property. And I don't have to tell you where I'm going. I just need to be back within a half an hour. That's all it is. Well, if there's a fire, we need to know. I said, well, if it's a fire, I'm already outside. I said, so no, we're not going to tell you where we're going on our lunch break. I just need to be back in a half an hour because I'm sick of it. So after that, he decides to go tell everybody out on the floor that we told, that they were going and eating lunch. I don't care if you told, you knew it. You know how I know you know it? Because they done brought you lunch before. You done sat in there, ate Subways, pizza, and everything else. How'd you get that stuff? They weren't door dashing nothing. They were not door dashing anything. They were driving their vehicles. Because when we would sit out there, they would go to lunch late, and we would sit out in the car, and we would watch them drive the heck off. So he goes and tell them. So one of the little girls that was kicking it with the supervisor, female, she walks by. If anybody needs to know, I'm going to it was a core machine. I'm going to the core machine. I said, girl, we're not about to do that. I said, about time you going to that core machine and do some work because you ain't been doing nothing all day. I said, no, and then by this time, my son trying to calm me down. No, what we're not going to do is air talk. Because mind you, this is all happening after I wrote that thing that I'm stressed out. So at this point, baby, anybody can get it. Oh, I wasn't praying no more, y'all. I was about tired of them people. Because we're not going to air talk and insinuate. And I know you're talking about me and him. And by this time, my statement made her cry. Let me tell you something. If you a wuss, don't put on big draws trying to talk trash. And don't think somebody's not going to say something back to you. And then when they say something back to you, you want to run crocodile victim tears. I'm not for it. Yeah, shut your mouth and do some work. About time people doing work. You ain't been doing nothing all day. So you need to be over there at the machine cutting some cords. I'm talking to you because I'm about sick of it now. Baby, when I tell you. So she goes back and tells the big supervisor, which is over our supervisor, which is her little... I'll leave that alone because I'll leave that part alone. I ain't got... Okay. And so, because y'all, I'm flipping through my little pages here because it's so much. So probably about 2 days later, we all get called into the office, the whole little crew. Now we got scheduled breaks. Bruh, for real. You trying to keep up with us, so now we got scheduled breaks. So now everybody has a scheduled designated break. You got to go to break at 9:45, 12:45, and then 4:15. For real, on the 12-hour shifts, like, no, I don't. I want to go when I want to go. So we pissed. And so my son was like, why are you changing it? Because we need to keep track of everybody. Track of everybody, why? I looked at my son. I said, this is bull crap. We're like high school now. We got to take a break at a designated time, you guys. So we end up, now mind you, now that we got scheduled breaks, there's nobody on the floor except the supervisors. They can walk on the floor. We all got to be in the little stupid break room. So we're in the break room chewing our food hard as heck because we pissed at this point. You just want to keep track of everybody. And sometimes we would eat in the break room. Sometimes we still went outside. Still my break, you can't tell me where I can go. Period. Or sometimes I would go to the bathroom. They had a locker room area, like benches in there. I'm just going to go in there and sit and shut the door. And nobody better not come in here looking for me because I'm going to throw a roll of toilet paper at the top of your head. So now, first day that we're on schedule break, I come back to my thing. My whole entire machine unplugged. And I had a personalized pen, because I have a ministry outside of here, you guys, that I was, you know how you can buy like a pen with your inscription on there, you know, on there to see if you like it. You buy like a sample. My personalized pen was gone and my machine was unplugged. My son went back to his machine. His whole, every app that you bring up to work was knocked out. You knocked it out. So I went to, I said, what you unplug my machine for? What are you talking about? I didn't unplug your machine. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I said, my machine wasn't unplugged when I left. And now my son, everything, every app that he was in is knocked out. I said, you did that. I said, I'm going to tell too. So we went and told, but I'm taking notes. So all of that stuff is coming up missing, honey. At this point, him and the press op guy that's behind me, every machine is assigned to a press operator. And whatever they run on that machine, that's what you cut. So the press op guy behind me, he was in the investigation as well, because you be doing stuff too. So, but he was just named because you just was named in there, but you needed to be in there too. So them two, he decides how he going to get me is make the labels, like tweak the machine where the machine is snatching labels off the big rolls, the big rolls, the ones that weigh 600 pounds. So when I run it, when you get what they call a spec sheet, it'll say you can only have 4 missing labels per row. Like if it's 5 lanes, 5 big bundles of rolls coming out, you're gonna have 4 missing. So he's running it Yankee, y'all, being funny. And I got like 16 labels missing out of every single one. I can't send it out like that. So I have to do what they call pick and stick. I got to get some extra labels and pick and stick so I can meet the spec requirements. So I go over there. Dude, you need to get this together because you got a lot of missing. Oh, I don't know what's going on. Well, you need to know what's going on. You the operator. You need to get it together. I said, because in a minute, I'm not about to run these rows. But see, if I send them out, they got my name on them. Because when we print out the little labels, it got your finisher operator name on it. So I got to pick and stick. Baby, it was about 5 master rolls, 5 big 600-pound rolls that I got to condense down to individual rolls. And you get 14 labels and each sucker gone. So it's making my numbers go low because I got to keep stopping, picking, sticking. Baby, I said, oh, this is what we going to do? Okay, now I can't make him change nothing. So I go tell the man that we reported, it ain't going to work. So by and by, what they end up doing, the man comes to me. I said, this job's short. We short however much footage we're short. Because when you do your specs, it'll say you got 1.5 million labels you need, 7,000 labels per row. Divide that in, is going to tell you how many of the individuals you need to have. Honey, we were short. So them suckers was running rows and tossing them in the garbage. And then running to my desk. Shay, did you throw something away? Get out of my face. Get the frick out of my face. I said, how would I throw away a 600-pound roll? I said, you need to talk to your operator. I don't understand how we short X amount of feet. I said, I don't know how you short X amount. Did you waist wind it? Waist winding is where you got defects and then you roll it up on this thing here. The waist wind thing is about the size, like a little bit bigger than a toilet paper roll. How am I put 600 pounds of waste on there and just individually throw it in the garbage? I don't have time for that dumb junk. That's y'all playing stupid games and wasting this company's money. That's what y'all doing. Wasting the company's money. But in the system, you can see this job is supposed to have 8 master rows. And then all of them are, labeled, but I only got 6. What y'all do with them 2? You threw them in a garbage can and you're trying to blame it on somebody that ain't me. Ain't me. Honey, so that is, oh my God, I'm not even finished. Y'all. We at a half an hour. That's part of the retaliation from them coming out. Oh my God, I'm not even finished. From them coming out, the lady that started crying because she said she was going to the core machine. She went and told a supervisor friend / whatever that we said something to her. So she comes out on the floor talking loud. Everybody better have 72,000 worth of feet today. I want to report hour by hour. Talking in the air, but supposed to be talking to the supervisor, but you're talking in the air. But prior to you talking in the air, you went and talked to the lady over at the one machine, which is your friend, white. You went and talked to the little guy that's at the other machine, white, to let them know I'm not talking to y'all. I'm just talking in the air. I'm really talking to them, but I'm not going to say nothing to them. I got to say it to everybody. It's just funny a certain group of people are not doing what they're supposed to do and making it horrible here and that. That was on April 4th, y'all. April 4th. I said, certain group of people. Certain group of people. Oh, that's all the words I need, baby. I said, okay. I told my son, I said, I'm about to get her. I said, baby, she about to get pulled in the meeting now. Your name about to be on some paperwork. Because what you ain't going to say is a certain group of people. What you mean by that term, certain group of people? Because the ones that you friends with, and they don't run nothing. They ain't even making 50,000 worth of feet per shift. They barely get 50,000 in a week. We hitting 72. The one black girl was hitting 100,000. I'm hitting 50, 60. Who you talking to? Because them the ones ain't working. You got me stuck. It's 30 rows on this floor. And guess what? The 30 rows that was on the floor, the majority, mind you, remember I said each person followed a certain machine, and each machine had different labels, liquor labels that they would run. The rows that was on the floor belonged to the little boy, and it belonged to your friend, because their operator was running those jobs. So I said, oh, I'm about to light her up. I said, nah, we up. My son, no. I said, nah, bro, I'm about to light her up, because you saying certain people, and I want to know what the heck you mean by certain people. You talking about black people? Well, what you talking about? You need to be talking about lazy people. You need to be calling your people out. Because never have I gotten written up for my footage. Never have any of us got written up for our footage. But your friend was on probation for not producing. So who's the certain people that you're talking about? And the little boy, he was new. He was over there cutting up labels, and you congratulating him. He don't even know how to web his machine. Who you talking to? I said, I'm about to light her up, baby. My son was like, Mommy, just pray. No, brother, you do. Not today. I don't feel like praying. I feel like clowning, because they're going to back up off of me if I'm going to be here. I'm about to be that angry black woman up in this sucker, and I'm about to match your energy, okay? So my son, it was raining outside. I never forget it. It was thundering outside. Let me bring my little paper up, y'all. Bear with me. Okay? She said it's ironic a certain group of people are the problem. That's what she said. Certain group of people are the problem. Okay? I made eye contact with her. What I said, I made eye contact with her. She left the floor, because I'm about to light you up. Baby, my son went over to the machine. And it was raining. It was thundering outside. This is what he said. I didn't know he said it at the time. He said, God, my mama about to go off. Shut the lights off in here. So we shut the lights off in this whole building so we can go home. Baby, we heard crack, boom. The lights went out. And we were sitting in darkness. I lied not to you. I got goosebumps saying that one. We went, y'all, ooh, that one shook me. We went to the break room. We sat in there for about like a half an hour. Everybody, they gathered everybody up, make sure everybody was there. And they said, y'all, somebody, they in between that half an hour, they checked with Duke Energy and all that thing. And lightning had hit a transformer or a transmitter or something and knocked all the lights out. And they said, does anybody want to go home? Or you can sit in this break room and stay here, and we'll just pay you to go home. We won't take it out of your hours. Me and my son, we got home. We got up out of there. My son, we started walking out. They was like, we'll just write your time down, because we can't clock out on the machines or not, like, at the time clock. We walked out. He said, Mommy, I prayed for that to happen, because I knew you was going to go off on them. Baby, saved my job. Because by the time I got finished with her, baby, it would have been over. And it wasn't for me to leave. It was for me to stay to the end. But because I was here, I was going to get fired that day, because I was going to cut all the way up on that woman. And God honored that boy's prayer. Yeah, if y'all don't believe in prayer, baby, you need to. And shut them lights out to get us out of there so I could calm myself down and come back the next day and have myself together. Y'all, the story ain't finished, so I guess we're going to have a part 4. I ain't trying to be like Risa Tisa with 50-part series on discrimination. You guys, thanks for listening to the video. I will come back on. I ain't got much to do tomorrow, y'all. Because I'm unemployed. So I guess I'll upload one on tomorrow. I owe you guys, because you guys been rocking with me for a long time, baby, and I've been shanking on posting videos. So now that I'm free and have time, I will post part 4 on tomorrow for you guys, and maybe we can wrap it up then, you guys. All right, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Click the bell for notifications. Get the videos a thumbs up, you guys, and engage with me down in the comments, and I will see you guys on tomorrow. Peace.